Elections to commence tomorrow. ONG Department presented plan to relieve ward. And state received 54 million kina dividend. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Natasha Rovoy. Thank you for joining us. The 4 by-elections, together with the local level government and Motokoida elections, are set to start tomorrow. This was announced by the Electoral Commissioner today.
This conference today, the Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai announced that the 4 by-elections for Usinobundi, Aitapelumi, Kabum and Pogerapaela, together with the LLG elections and Motokoita election, will start tomorrow.
First at 10 o'clock, we'll be meeting with the Department of the PLGO Minister, Marigo Hewe, to issue the LLG rates.
In a press conference today, the Electoral Commissioner Simon Sinai announced
4 by-elections, Usinobundi, Aitapelumi, Kabum and Pogerapaela, will be done at Government House tomorrow, 4 o'clock.
He highlighted the number of LLGs and wards that will undergo the election.
Especially changes that we are making to run elections for all the 374 LLGs in the country. We had 331 in the past, but increased to 44 new LLGs. So it went up to 374. And we increased from 6,375 to 6,916, an increase of 500 and plus council ward.
Commissioner Sinai said the Electoral Commission has worked on the funding allocations for the election since last year.
With the government allocating 40 million and not rather 50 million, and the balance of it, they have started releasing the balance, 45 million already out of 180 million. And so we are positive.
He further elaborated on the consultative meeting they had with the provincial administrators to prepare for the LLG elections.
That's one of those plans that we are planning towards collaborating and stakeholder participation, and as well as, the LLG is based in the provinces. And so we want people to take ownership, especially starting with the provincial administration and back to LLG managers and also the people themselves in the province and in council wards.
Commissioner Sinai is also calling on the people to take part in voting their ward members and be part of the election process. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, the Central Provincial Government has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Electoral Commission to partner in running the local level government election. They have also allocated 2 million kina to support the election.
During the signing ceremony, the Electoral Commissioner said the provincial administrators and the Electoral Commission are doing their constitutional responsibilities.
MOU is the Memorandum of Understanding with the provincial administration. That's something to say we are working together now to deliver elections in terms of sharing costs and sharing resources and all of that. So which means gives us confidence to say provincial administration and electoral commission. We are implementing the constitutional responsibilities of the country under the election process to see and give the opportunity to the people to have their members of their choice to be elected in a more professional, free and fair manner.
He called on stakeholders to take part in the coming elections.
And so we are trying our best to at least improve some of those areas. And we need support from the people, especially the voters, to be responsible and say, I am prepared to vote, and they must come and raise their names, register, and identify themselves. And so we can enlist them to get ready for the elections to come.
Meanwhile, the government has allocated a total of 180 million kina, of which 20 million kina will be for the by-elections and the 160 million kina will be for the LLG elections. Mr. Sinai said of the 180 million kina, 50 million has already been released to Electoral Commission. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited has announced the payment of 54 million kina to the state of Papua New Guinea, derived from the successful operations of the Oktedi Mining Limited.
In a recent announcement, a check of 54,250,000 kina was handed over to Minister for State Enterprises, William Duma, who represented the government. Chairman of the Board of Directors of KMHL, Dr. Ila Temu, expressed his pride in the achievement of Oktedi Mining Limited. He said the dividend payment is a testament to the robust performance and consistent efforts of Oktedi Mining Limited. Dr. Ila said consistent efforts and positive results delivered by the mining had made this possible, and KMHL was delighted to hand over the dividend to the state. He said the payment underscores KMHL's commitment to contributing to the economic development of Papua New Guinea. Minister William Duma acknowledged the importance of this dividend for the state. Mr. Duma said the payment is a significant contribution to the national economy and will support various development initiatives. Duma concluded that the dividend payment highlights the successful partnership between KMHL and Oktedi Mining Limited. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
A much debated Japanese government grant offered to Port Moresby General Hospital in 2022 came to light as a result of Professor Dr. Moller's recent social media post on the deplorable state of the nation's capital Level 6 hospital maternity ward. Responding to concerns raised on the rejection of the JICA grant offered to Port Moresby General Hospital was CEO Dr. Paki Molomi.
Of course, there was a possible grant. It's not that our money was already ready to be given to us. No, I think that must be made very clear. That the Japanese team sent a technical team to assess, to do a feasibility study or a possibility of supporting us for a maternal and child health facility.
He said, however, the team proposed a facility equal to what Port Moresby General Hospital already has, saying it was of level 4 or 5 standard.
Therefore, when this was presented to the board, it does not meet the policy, which is the National Health Plan for a specialist hospital for Port Moresby with this facility.
He added that the board, through the health department, decided the facility should be in NCD, proposing the location be at the Geruhu General Hospital.
That's why we proposed that we should put it at the Geruhu Hospital. And when we discussed with the NCD PHA, acting CEO at that time, they were happy to take that on board. NCD was happy to take that on board to have that facility there. But JICA still felt that we should build it at PMGH. That's why now that grant is not gone away, it's still on the table. And now we are looking at the long-term plan of a women's and children's hospital through the JICA funding if they want to build at the Port Moresby General Hospital.
However, Professor Dr. Moller said otherwise, noting that the plan by JICA was done in conjunction with the hospital's obstetrician and gynecology department, neonatology, and even pediatric surgeons, among others.
And this is not level 4, I tell you. And we went through their agenda was that they came with an offer. They came with an offer, and they went to the Department of Foreign Affairs, They went through all the diplomatic channels with their offer, and they were referred to the National Department of Health, who then referred them to PMGH, because the view was that this offer was suitable for PMGH.
Meanwhile, Professor Dr. Moller presented a 2-page proposal for the Port Moresby General Hospital management to consider to relieve the current state of the hospital's maternity ward. The suggestions alluded to yesterday as way forward noted short-term measures to mitigate the current issue, medium-term measures to integrate with the NCD Provincial Health Authority plans, and long-term measures in line with Vision 2050.
We've written a small 2-page paper about these issues, and we look forward to collaborating with both the National Capital District and the management of PMGH, because we all have to get together on this one.
Noting Port Moresby General Hospital's plans to become a Level 6 National Tertiary Referral Research and Teaching Hospital, consistent with government policy, the head of ONG highlighted this.
I mean, you can't just have tertiary health services. That's like building a university without having any primary schools and secondary schools. I mean, who's going to go to university, for heaven's sake? It's a ridiculous situation, isn't it, to have a tertiary level something and no primary or secondary feed into it. And same thing in healthcare. You can't just have tertiary services and not have the quality primary and secondary care services that are designed to feed into those few people who end up needing tertiary level services.
The suggestions highlighted by the department noted an extension, repairing of vital facilities, and even regular cleanups and renovation for the maternity ward. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Thursday on Sports Scene. We check out the Sports Talk 7's competition. We take a look at the softball Easter Games. And we check out the Kokoda Cup Challenge. Sports Scene this Thursday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Over 8,000 people of Baisu in Western Highlands have been severely affected by continuous flooding for over 3 weeks. Community leaders have voiced their concerns regarding the lack of response from relevant authorities on this disaster situation.
This is the scene from this morning. The 8,000 people living here have been dealing with this dilemma for the past 3 weeks.
3 weeks all the time, rain, 3 weeks all the time, wara kam na, mi flax in bagrap na mi plastap. Okata house garden, okata pem, nokata logo mi plastap wante wara so.
Today, students were seen leaving school early and were struggling to cross the flooded areas to reach their destination. According to the locals, this used to be one of the familiar situations in the area for some decades, yet responsible authorities have not addressed the situation. A community leader, Wingti Duma, highlighted the impact of this disaster situation.
Rain time and work long come low and come yet stop. I'm no stop lig. Garden blow me blame bagrap. Na house blow me blame sleep blow and bagrap. All picnic in Bago come to school and mad. Transport me blow Bago come and mad, me blow sleep upset work here, mad long come, all same long. By him car na go out. All bus, no car, all blow me blow and all log up. Me blow hard long go come, all same na.
Mr. Duma made an appeal to the responsible authorities, including the leaders of Western Highlands Province, to look into addressing this situation.
Me blow like him disaster. You blow professional disaster or disaster you blow like help him, me blow need him one machine long. Straight him road whatever go straight line tasol. Wara say go corner to corner now. Wara say club come outside na. So bagrab me blow so now me blow not need him sample kai to disaster also give me blow rice or fish number there. Now this line me blow less.
Chairman of Baisu Primary School, Paul Pom, reiterated the call for the government interventions to prevent this going forward.
Mibla need him sample service. Minister Blomia, member Blomibla, William Duma stop. Currently, Governor Blomibla, where rapper stop. Mibla need him sample money or kai. Mibla need one la machine straight long. Straight in Wara Tasol na, Wara ba big flat camel and go down ligna. All legally overflow and make run on top. Maybe I need more sol.
This continuous heavy downpour experienced in the province has been severely affecting Baisu area. In the meantime, attempts made to get comments from the responsible authorities were unsuccessful. We will keep you updated on this story. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News, Mount Hagen.
Australian Defence Force Chief of Joint Operations, Vice Admiral Justin Jones, during a visit to the Igam Barracks in Lae today, announced that Papua New Guinea will be hosting an element of exercise Talisman Saber for this year.
The Australian Defence Force Chief of Joint Operations, Vice Admiral Justin Jones, on an official visit, arrived in Lae this morning, where he was met with a formal quarter guard welcome at the PNG Defence Force base in Igam Barracks. There, Vice Admiral Jones announced PNG's participation in hosting an element of the prestigious exercise Talisman Saber.
The detail of the participation from Papua New Guinea Defence Force is still being worked through, so I don't have any actual numbers yet, but it will be occurring in this region here between Wewak and Lae and indeed Port Moresby. In fact, we will be officially closing exercise Talisman Saber from here in Papua New Guinea, which also I'm very pleased about.
Admiral Jones added that this year's 11th iteration of the exercise Talisman Saber will be concluded here in PNG.
It's a great pleasure to announce today that Papua New Guinea will be hosting a component of exercise Talisman Saber. This will be the first time in 11 iterations and 22 years of exercise Talisman Saber that we will host an offshore component to the activity. Now, this will be the largest iteration of exercise Talisman Saber. There will be 19 nations participating, over 30,000 personnel. So we're greatly looking forward to this year's iteration of exercise Talisman Saber.
Australian Consul General Brenton Kenoski says this is a testament to the hard work of the PNG Defence Force commanders and soldiers and will provide a unique opportunity for participating nations to train in Momase. Exercise Talisman Saber is the largest scale joint defense exercise between Australia and the United States, including multinational participation. This year, a total of 19 nations with over 30,000 soldiers will be participating in the exercise. Exercise Talisman Saber 2025 will commence on the 13th of July and run through to the 4th of August in Australia. With PNG being the first to host an offshore component, Admiral Jones stated that this is an indication of the long relationship between Australia and Papua New Guinea, especially as PNG looks to celebrate 50 years of independence. Jessica Nui, National EMTV News.
Locals from Hanuabada earlier today closed off the road from Koraway roundabout towards the police headquarters to allow proper engineering inspection to take place as they witness some part of the road collapsing.
Speaking to a local resident of Hanuabada today, the current condition of the road has led to several landslips taking place in their community.
Whole community, we came to the agreement yesterday that we were going to set up a roadblock. That was yesterday. And then, we were thinking that it was proper enough that we have to set up a roadblock so that we will, pull the authorities to come to our aid. So that is exactly what we did from yesterday. And this is the result where now they're all coming in to...
Mr. Vakona explained there are waterways underground which they continue to see and experience wet soil around at the roadsides and where they reside.
And the MRA engineers, they came in, the geotech, and what he said was there's a split at the top part of the mountain there. And then it runs from Barili or somewhere, and it runs all the way to Idubara. As you can see that road there, ground here, Woklopunda, Lo Agaraya, Emna.
Chairman of the Motu Koita Assembly were present today at the community along with the disaster team to conduct assessment.
With this natural disaster here, they wrote to the authorities, including Motu Koita Assembly, and the Motu Koita Assembly has been facilitating all the relevant stakeholders to come together as quickly as possible. Today, as you can see, the communities closed the road off because that's a contributing factor to the damages caused in the area here.
He stated an engineering team has been engaged, and once all inspection is done and they have a report, possible interventions will be rolled as soon as possible.
But we just need to look at the future of this area as well. Is it safe to live on? There's a lot of factors that we need to consider. Hence the reason why we put this joint agency committee as quickly as possible.
Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
Tengmao Limited, a multifaceted retail and wholesale company based in Wewak, East Sepik Province, officially launched Tengmao Plaza today.
Tengmao Limited General Manager Tuon Tigeyan thanked the people of Isipik for trusting Tengmao as their number go-to shopping center from retail to wholesale businesses. Wiwek District member Stanley Samban challenged local businesses and Chinese communities to follow Tengmao Limited and change the face of Wiwek with development of new infrastructures. He acknowledged the Tengmao management for their trust and believe in Isipik people by investing in the development of Wiwek Isipik province. Samban said Tengmao Limited has provided business and employment opportunities to many locals and has contributed immensely towards community development programs. Isipik Governor Allen Bed commended the people of Isipik, stating that this development is timely and coincides well with the economic growth of the province. He also pointed out that the people should take ownership of this multi-million kina infrastructure as it will provide them new shopping experience and employment opportunities. Lauren Jimal, National EMTV News.
The Simbu Provincial Administration is undergoing a week-long cost of service study by the National Economic and Fiscal Commission. The PNG Cost of Services study takes place every 5 years. Elaborating further on this is the project manager with the National Economic and Fiscal Commission, Nigel Ainu.
PNG Cost of Services study is a very important study conducted by the National Economic and Fiscal Commission after every 5 years. So it's a 5-yearly study as per the mandate of the NFC under Section 117 of the Organic Law. So basically NFC has a broad mandate specified under Section 1878 of the Constitution and 117 of the Organic Law. A part of its function is to determine and recommend grant allocation for provinces and local level governments.
Adding on to that, on the importance of the practice is the Administrative Director General with the Department of Prime Minister and National Economic Commission, Robin Atta.
This exercise and the Intergovernment Financing Arrangements Review that's currently ongoing builds its principles on the funding follows function. So this exercise, we intend to believe that we can't cost nothing. We have to cost something. We have to provide a monetary value to a particular function.
She further noted that of about 13 divisions, the department had held consultations with the police, correctional service and fire departments. She said from the interviews, critical areas relating to national extended functions in the province were brought to light, revealing one.
Number one is the centralization of funding in Waigani. So from the consultations, we gathered that the national extended functions, especially the police, revealed that there's more support from the provincial government than Waigani. I think that's commendable because the national government needs to improve on the centralization of funding. There's so much support from the provincial government in terms of operations and maintenance. But these are national functions that are operating in the provinces.
It is noted that the study will also determine the actual amount of the budget of 2025 to 2027. And now let's take a look at the NASFAN market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2455 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2380 US, 0.3717 Australian dollars, 0.2021 euro, and 33.65 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading higher, and copper closed unchanged. On the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading higher, and the All Ordinaries is trading higher. National MTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream, Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams. Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Hanau, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
I'm Martha, and each week on Kai Time, we'll introduce you to local food businesses showcasing their delicious dishes. From the pasta, the white sauce. Plus, you will discover how to make tasty and affordable meals using ingredients from your local markets. Tune in to Kai Time every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. Following a fatal accident at Tiki in Day District of Western Highlands Province last Friday, involving a school truck belonging to Tiki Provincial High School, Provincial Police Commander Chief Superintendent John Sagom said, according to the report, 7 people died and many seriously were injured.
The incident happened during the commemoration of Good Friday. Provincial Police Commander Chief Superintendent John Sagom highlighted the police report indicating that, according to the eyewitness, the truck was overloaded with villagers from that particular area, heading to another village for customary obligations. Sagom further explained how the incident occurred.
According to the report which I got from the people at Tiki, the vehicle was overloaded. Close to about 50, almost 50 plus passengers. They got on board this school truck. They were going there for the customary obligation thing. And on their way, the vehicle was making a climb, going up, the steep climb going up the Tiki mountain. And just at the first first corner. Apparently the vehicle cannot be able to make it up to the top, and the brakes couldn't be able to hold when the engine went off. What happened was the vehicle had to reverse back, and it's about 50 meters from where the engine went off, and the vehicle reversed all the way right down to the cliff and ended up at the riverbank. According to eyewitnesses, 5 people were confirmed dead during the accident, instant death. When I went there, I got report that another 2 died. So they were taken to Tinsley Baptist Hospital, and those that were seriously injured were taken to Mount Again. So there were a good number of casualties.
He added that investigation is still ongoing to identify the cause of the accident. Meanwhile, he highlighted that apart from this major incident in the district, Mulbaya district has only 1 death relating to alcohol consumption, while other districts celebrated the Easter weekend peacefully compared to the past public holidays. Edward Luke, National MTV News, Mount Hagen.
32nd year Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery students from the Vinewood University received new white lab coats during a special white coat ceremony yesterday at Alexis Chefan in Madang Province.
This year marks the 9th white coat ceremony for the Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery department since its first held in 2017. The ceremony marks a major step in their medical training as they move from pre-clinical studies to hands-on clinical training under supervision. The students also received basic diagnostic equipment, including stethoscopes, manual blood pressure machines, thermometers, and reflex armors to support them during practical sessions and hospital placements. Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery Department Head Dr. Jazik Kuzma praised the students for their discipline, resilience, and commitment, stating their achievement is a reflection of their determination to grow into responsible and compassionate future doctors. He said this is only the beginning of a long journey in medicine, emphasizing the difficulty of the programs as it prepares students for the workforce in saving human lives. Lorraine Jimal, National MTV News.
International Development Organization, KTF's flexible open distance education program, helped 293 students who are mostly current teachers in the Maternity district in New Ireland province.
About 88% of the enrolled students are existing teachers, educating children at more than 114 schools across the district. This initiative is critical in supporting teachers to upgrade their qualifications to align with 166 government reforms while remaining in their classrooms teaching students. KTF delivered food for a second year in Lihir and expanded access to students in Silom, Lamasong, and Warangasao with the help of its partnerships with Newmont, the New Ireland Provincial Administration, and New Ireland Division of Education. Newmont's manager for non-process infrastructure in Lihir, Michael Cotterell, congratulated the teachers for their outstanding achievement and thanked KTF for rolling out the food program that is enhancing education in New Ireland. The partnership through KTF's food program is offering a vital lifeline for teachers, schools, and communities in New Ireland province. Nicole Rama, National MTV News.
And now we move to overseas news. The Vatican has confirmed that the late Pope's funeral will take place on Saturday local time at St. Peter's Square in Vatican City.
Oh, there certainly are, and we're really going to see those numbers ramp up as these ceremonies continue over the coming days and this farewell for Pope Francis continues. We have seen a lot of people here, certainly thousands came here today. There were daily prayers offered and that will continue up until his funeral on Saturday morning. And those numbers, as I mentioned, are going to continue to increase. We're expecting hundreds of thousands of people. But I want to bring in our reporter, Bridget Rollison now. Bridget, tell us what's going to happen next, because it's a few hours away where Pope Francis's body will be moved.
That's right, Emma. So, as you mentioned, we're expecting hundreds of thousands of people to come here in just a few hours to see the Pope's body for the first time and pay their respects to the Pope. The 88-year-old's body will be brought from his place of residence to St. Peter's Basilica. The cardinals will lead a procession. He'll be brought here in an open casket and he will lie in state at St. Peter's Basilica until his funeral is held on Saturday morning. Now, in true Pope Francis style, it'll be a pretty no-frills event. In previous popes have been on raised platforms inside St. Peter's Basilica, but Pope Francis will be on ground level, and that reflects what people have been saying, that he is a pope of the people. Previous popes have also had quite elaborate caskets. He will have a simple wooden casket, and he will also stay there until Saturday for public mourning. Now, we do have some more details about his funeral. We know that that will take place on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. local time outside St. Peter's Basilica. And we have a bit of an idea about some of the people that will be attending. So we know that the US President Donald Trump, the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. In terms of Australia, our Governor-General Sam Moyston will be attending, and also Prince William will be there representing King Charles. They'll all be heading to Rome for the Pope's funeral. Now, in another break from tradition, Pope Francis won't be buried inside the Vatican. He'll be buried at a church in central Rome, which is dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
You get big data and big value with Telecom Good Pillar mobile data plans. From only 3 kina, you get 1 gig for 24 hours. And for only 150 kina, you get 130 gigs over a whopping 30 days. And with loads of Good Pillar data plans to choose from, there's a small, medium or large plan to match your budget. Dial *777# to subscribe. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
More than the life we know, there is more to what the future holds. You may only man to walk one time. Oh, oh, oh.
This weekly on MTV News, a closer look, the current affairs program that brings you insight for the latest on education, health,
Healing to all the residents.
business,
We launched its VPN.
politics,
to infiltrate into our systems.
sports, and more.
As we observe the preparations for the women's.
A closer look, Sunday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. PNG's kickboxing team, the Headhunters, have departed this morning en route to Melbourne for an international exposure fight. Among them is a female debutant and reigning national heavyweight champion.
The Headhunters PNG kickboxing team, comprising of 2 male fighters and a female, accompanied by Stanley Nandex, PNG's champion fighter and current kickboxing president. The team will be part of an international exposure event set for April 26, where the fighters will showcase their talents in kickboxing at the Melbourne Pavilion.
They're trying to match some of our fighters, what they show, and only 2 heavyweights and 1 female athlete at the moment. It's going to be an eye-opener for our organization and also the promoters in Australia. Most of our events, we have actually looked for a lot of sponsors and our own sacrifice to get the fighters across, but this event has been an opportunity for us.
18 years old Ada Shasumi, the only female in the team, is thrilled to represent the country on an international stage with pride.
Chief Stanley Nandex, Vedanta, Team Desert Storm, and my dad, Milata Thankila.
Meanwhile, PNG's current heavyweight champion, Dokup Samson, says he is ready for a challenge.
I'm feeling excited. So, this one is something we block a dream. So now we start training. Comes from me, no doubt, me no fear. I'm excited. Me look forward to this fight.
After a missed chance of fight in Spain, this Melbourne trip is a breakthrough moment for the young fighters. Joel Mipari, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go. One more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Meet the bank for everyone, everywhere. As People's Microbank, we were proud to be a bank for the people. Now as National Banking Corporation, we are bringing modern banking to all in Papua New Guinea. With more branches and our friendly staff ready to assist you in more places, we are making money matters simple and fair. So wherever you are, however you say it, say hello better banking. Learn more at nbcpng.com.pg.
Enjoy more talk, more text, and more time online with Telecom More Bundles. Choose from 8 plans ranging from 3 kina with 600 megabytes of data all the way up to 75 kina, loaded with a massive 35 gig. Best of all, each plan comes with an unlimited on-network call minutes plus on-net and off-net talk and text. That's way more time to chat with family and friends. Telecom More Bundles. Top up now.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck. like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
This Thursday on Sports Scene, we check out the Sports Talk 7's competition. We take a look at the softball Easter Games, and we check out the Kokoda Cup Challenge. Sports Scene, this Thursday at 7 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Trukai Sports, and now moving to overseas sports. The West Tigers said they're bringing back Lockley Gallivan.
Yeah, that's right. His exile really lasted all of 1 week. Now, the West Tigers had sent away the wayward teenage star to the reserves last week, and now they've opted to bring him back to recall him to play in the number 6 jersey for Sunday's clash against Cronulla. The Galvin saga really did explode last week when co-captain Api Coruscant said teammates weren't prepared to play along someone whose heart simply wasn't in it.
In AFL, Hawk midfielder Connor Nash, who is facing up to a 3-week ban after being sent straight to the AFL tribunal for striking Geelong Brian Myers.
Now, Myers was subbed off immediately and has already entered into that 12-day concussion protocol, causing him to miss at least Sunday's clash with Carlton back at the MCG. The incident has been assessed as careless conduct, severe impact and, of course, high contact. But this comes as Richmond defender Noah Bolter has avoided jail time but may be unable to play interstate and night matches after pleading guilty to assault. The 25-year-old returned to the field on Saturday after a 4-match ban for the incident in Mulwala in December last year, and yesterday he was fined and sentenced to a community corrections order, which also includes a 10 p.m. curfew.
In swimming, Alexa Leary has broken her own world record on her way to winning the multi-class women's 100-metre freestyle at the Australian Open Championships.
Now, the Paralympic champions swam a 59.22 in the heats to set a new world record, and Leary was slightly slower than that in the final, but she still comfortably won gold with a time that was, again, faster than her Paris record. And elsewhere, Kaylee McEwen was just half a second outside the world record, claiming the women's 100 backstroke title. And there's, of course, quite a bit of attention on the 50-metre stroke events, given their recent inclusion in the LA 2028 events for the Olympic and Paralympic Games. And of course, a lot of eyes are going to be on Meg Harris. But first, let's get a bit of that reaction from Alexa Leary from last night.
Did you feel a little bit of pressure after the world record in the morning?
I sure did, and I was like feeling it when I was doing that one just then. I was like, come on, come on.
And that ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
As PNG's only ISO-accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Are you tired of standing in those long lines to get your jackpot tickets? Guess what? You never have to with Telecom USSD jackpot ticket purchase. Simply dial *321#, follow the prompts, and you are set for your jackpot draw. It's as easy as 3, 2, 1. Telecom PNG, connecting you anywhere, anytime.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
It's becoming increasingly more important to deal with money laundering and countering terrorist financing.
Join us every Monday nights at 7 p.m. for In Focus, your weekly news and current affairs talk show, which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions, and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and in the region.
Areas involving politically exposed persons, reporting of suspicious transactions.
The trend is that we have been seeing increasing number of kidney diseases, ones where we can treat and then they recover.
There are existence of clandestine laboratories illicitly producing crystal meth.
Every Monday nights at 7 p.m.
What the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
Looking at the Money Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In Port Moresby City, chance of evening heavy showers, rain drizzles with possible thunderstorms. In Popondetta, occasional heavy showers, rain and thunderstorms. In the Momase region, Ley City, moderate to heavy evening showers, rain and possible thunderstorm, then cloudy tonight. Vanimo, evening periods of moderate showers and thunderstorms. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, occasional heavy showers, rain and thunderstorms, and Buka, cloudy with periods of rain and possible thunderstorms. In the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, heavy evening showers, rain and thunderstorm, then cloudy. And Mendi, Tari and Wabek, evening showers, rain and thunderstorms.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by Money Plus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Wednesday, the 23rd of April 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing and good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
Coming up